Peace and blessings, fam. This is your brother Zion. Listen, I come to you with a heavy heart, but also with a full mind. And I just want to say that nobody's going to save us but us. Nobody is going to save us but us. Excuse me, I just want to have a private conversation, but it's not a conversation that other races don't know and don't talk about amongst themselves in private and in secrecy, but I'm talking to black people today. Nobody's going to save us but us. You know, I'm reminded in the book of Nehemiah, when Nehemiah received word that his people were in dire strait, that the very walls of Jerusalem were under siege and burnt down by the enemy, and it left them transparent and vulnerable. They could not preserve what was on the inside, nor were they protected from that which was on the outside. Nehemiah had such a burden of this that had happened to his people, this injustice that had happened to his people, that he could not sleep. He couldn't eat. See, it's one thing to have a dream and it's another thing to have a vision. Nehemiah had a vision. See, a dream is what you work on, but a vision is what works on you. And that vision of seeing his people restored worked on him. It worked on him day and night. So much so that he received the approval, the resources given to him by the king to go to your people, go and restore them. Help in the rebuilding process. Brick by brick. Nehemiah did so. But he also received opposition from Sanballat, Tobiah, and Geshem, as well as the false prophet Shemaiah. Whenever you start rebuilding that which was demonically torn down, you will receive opposition from those in the civic community, the political community, the economic community, and the religious community. But if God is for you, who can stand against you? Because they're fighting against Almighty Yahweh themselves. Why are we not rebuilding as black people? Why are we not rebuilding? What is our excuse? We come from a lineage of inventors that have established and created inventions that the entire world benefits from right now. If it were not for black people in America, we would not have traffic lights. We would not have brooms. We would not have ironing boards. We would not have box cars on our railroad systems. We would not even have light bulbs. So what are you talking about? That was Thomas Edison. Wrong. Lewis Latimer invented the carbon filament that causes the light bulb to burn for hours rather than minutes. There would be no Thomas Edison if there were no Lewis Latimer. We come from a lineage of intellectual brainiacs. We come from a DNA of spiritual people. Why are we not rebuilding? Our walls are burnt down. The walls of our families are burnt down. Our young boys are walking around with no concept of what it really means to be a man. They have no concept of what it really means to have responsibility and self-accountability, and to nurture them and to hone the gifts that they have, to cultivate the gifts that they have, that they can become productive in life, that they can carry on the mantle of achievement in life. Our young girls walking around with no concept of womanhood. They're so unkept physically as well as mentally and spiritually. They have no standards of excellence. Why is that? The walls of our churches are burnt down. We have more pastors that want to become the next Kanye West, the next Young Thug or Jay-Z or Drake, and riding around in their Maybach cars and their gated communities, their Phantoms and their Bentleys, and having 3 services and 4 services and 5 services and more. We become the first church of more. And we no longer preach the gospel of Jesus Christ. We preach the gospel of meism. It's all about me. What is wrong with us as black people? Have we lost our damn minds? What's wrong with us? I'll tell you what's wrong with us. Willie Lynch. We are still acting out the Willie Lynch syndrome that he established on how to break a slave and then how to make a slave. We have very little love for one another. We backstab one another. We fight and cuss one another out. We don't unify. We take the $1.3 trillion that we make from this country and we put it right back into the economy of this country, and we have nothing to show for it. We have nothing to show for it. We own nothing of significance. We have to go and beg other races to give us jobs. Our sons and daughters come back from prison, from a system that's designed to keep them in prison, or to come up with legislations that keeps them prison bound. They come right back home, but to what? What are we doing with our money? What are we doing with our time? What are we doing with our mind? What are we doing? What are we doing? The Democratic Party, the Republican Party, or any other party, no one is going to save us but us. Do we have the same burden as Nehemiah? To see our condition as black people, how we are dead last and at the bottom of everything that's in existence, regardless of our ballers, our entertainers, our coons on stage making you laugh and tap dancing, regardless of all that we see on TV that's black. We don't own nothing of significance. Why is that? Do we not have the same burden as Nehemiah? I see my people suffering and destitute. What can I do, Father, to go and to restore them? This is the hour of restoration. Nobody's going to save us but us. Peace and blessings, fam.